One of the best ways to make a girl like you is to do something that doesn't seem to make logical sense. Because logically, if you think about it, to make another person like you, you treat them well all the time. The better you treat them, the more they're going to like you. That's how it works, right? Well, when it comes to women and when it comes to life, as you'll discover in this video when I explain it further, women prefer a guy who is a challenge. It's sort of like if you were to play a sports game against someone who wasn't a challenge and they didn't even try to win. They just let you win all the time. Initially, it might feel a bit fun of, all right, cool, I beat you. But then when you play again, when you have another game to play with them and they don't even try, they're not even a challenge, it starts to feel a bit boring, right? It's just predictable. It's like, okay, I've already won. This person is no match for me and I'm just going to win again. So it's not exciting. It's not interesting. And it's similar to playing a video game. If you start playing a video game and you don't even need to do anything, the enemies just fall over and die as you walk through the game. It's like, hang on, this is pretty boring. This is pretty crappy. Where is the challenge here? I want to be challenged. I want to enjoy the game. And that's one of the reasons, by the way, when a video game ends, you'll often feel a bit empty. You'll feel a bit disappointed. You'll want the game to continue because you want the challenge to continue. That's what's enjoyable. You enjoy the challenge of it, right? And I remember when I used to play Grand Theft Auto, and after I'd finished the full game, I'd go and get the cheat codes. And with the cheat codes, you can turn up the wanted level. So the police are after you and the helicopters are coming, and you can also turn on God mode. And when you turn on God mode, they can't kill you. So you've got the bazooka, you've got guns, you've got everything you want. You're driving around just causing chaos. And that can be fun for a while, but most people prefer when there are actual challenges that they need to participate in and focus on in order to pass. And they enjoy that element of video games. And to take this even further for you, before we get back to women and girls, I mentioned God mode with the video games. And I mentioned that for a reason, because this goes even further. If you've ever seen near-death experience videos where people have died and gone to the afterlife, or if you've looked into the topic, you've read some books on it, you'll realize that some people have died in a hospital, for example, and have been dead for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and even up to 90 minutes. But they've been shocked back into life on the operating table, or in most cases, they wake up by themselves after they've been told in the afterlife that it's not their time yet, and all of a sudden they're traveling faster than light speed and they end up being put back into their body and they come back to life. And some of them then go on to explain what they experienced in the afterlife. And one of the most common themes that you'll hear is that initially they hold on to their identity as a human, right? Their self, their name, who they were, and what they've experienced as a human. But if they're there long enough, they start to let go of that and reconnect back with God and realize that they are God. So they've been living on God mode and they've gone into a human body to experience the human condition, the human experience. In other words, one way of looking at it is that a reason for entering the human body is to live in a fixed body with all of its limitations and experience life as a human, rather than continuing on with the perfectly peaceful and blissful state that exists in the afterlife, where you have infinite knowledge and infinite power. And when you know that sort of thing, when you have that type of knowledge, it helps to explain why life works in the way that it works, why there are always challenges for humans to overcome, why everything isn't already sorted out, why we have to sort of fend for ourselves and figure things out and level up and gain control over this reality, right? Why it isn't already 100% done and sorted. So I thought I'd mention that for you, because I know that for a lot of guys who are trying to get a girl to like them or trying to get a woman to like them, they're usually going to be the sort of guy who is quite nice to a woman and doesn't actually know how to make her feel attracted. So when they're told something like, hey, if you want a woman to really like you, if you want to get a girl to like you, playfully stop treating her so well, be a bit more of a challenge, that can be a bit jarring for the guy, because he doesn't want to treat women badly. He thinks it's going to be something that he's doing that's wrong. He's going to be hurting the woman, right? He just wants to be a good guy. He just wants to be a good person, but he doesn't realize that fundamental human experience and the way that this reality works, in that it's not all done and over. Additionally, just like with himself, He would rather play a video game where the enemies didn't just fall over as he walked through the game, right? That might be fun to try just to see how it was, but he would quickly get bored of that because there's really nothing for him to do other than walk, right? Just walking through the game, and then everything just happens and everyone moves out of the way, right? It's quite boring. So when I suggest that if you want a girl to like you, you should playfully stop treating her so well, it doesn't mean that you have to become a bad person or treat her badly. Instead, allow her to experience that bit of playful challenge, that bit of friction, that bit of tension where she has to do something. She has to participate in some way to make you like her more. So for example, imagine that you're at a cafe with the girl that you like and you're eating a chocolate muffin and she says, "Oh, that muffin looks yum." A typical nice guy will say something like, "Oh, do you want to buy it? You can have some." But a guy who's going to be a challenge will say something like, "Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm not sharing." And he will grin, he will smile, and he'll take a bite. She will then feel that challenge in the moment, right? He didn't just fall over and give it to her, but he's only doing it in a playful way. He's not being serious about it where he's saying, yeah, it's really tasty, and that's why I'm not giving you any. Instead, he's grinning, he's smiling. "Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm not sharing." And he eats some. And she feels that challenge, but she sees that he's only being playful. And as a result, she's going to have a reaction where she essentially says something like, "Oh, come on," or "Please, can I have a bite?" Or she's just going to laugh and feel shocked that he would say something like that. But he doesn't then need to continue on with that in a serious way. He's only doing it in a playful way. So when he has said that and she has her reaction, he can just smile and then say, "Of course you can have some. Here, have as much as you want." And she can then take a bite. And he is not being that stingy guy who can't share anything with her. He's being generous, but he's not being that typical nice guy or like that video game character that just falls over and is no challenge. Instead, he's adding in some challenge. And you don't need to do that with every single interaction that you're having with this girl. Every single thing that she says, you have to playfully challenge her or make her feel like she needs to work for your attention or impress you more or something like that. But you need to be able to add that sort of stuff in because, as I said, it's a universal human experience and desire. It's the way that this type of reality works. If you really think about it, most of what's going on in this life are a bunch of small and big challenges. You have your daily challenges of taking care of yourself as a human being. You have your long-term challenges. You have challenges as you interact with people. You have challenges and obstacles and so on in all areas of life. It's the way that it works. And with a girl or with a woman, you don't have to be challenging her 24/7. But if you want a girl to like you, if you want a woman to like you, then make sure that you're able to add in a bit of challenge because that is what makes life interesting. It's also what makes achieving a goal feel so much more worthwhile. If you think about some of the goals that you've achieved where you've had to do more to achieve the goal, when you achieve the goal, you feel that much more proud of yourself, that much more accomplished. It's like, yeah, I did it. I really had to push myself. I'm amazing. I can't believe I did that. Whereas if it's something very simple where you just get the result right away, you don't stand there saying, yeah, I did it. I'm amazing. So another example of this to help you understand it is if she goes to grab your phone to look at it, or she goes to grab the TV remote, or she goes to grab your food or something like that, and you pick it up and you hold it just out of reach from her, and you're smiling, and she goes to get it and you hold it out of reach and you move it away a little bit more. And then when she's laughing and insisting that you give it to her, you say, all right, there you go. And you give it to her. And she feels so much more enjoyment out of that. She completed the challenge. She overcame the obstacle. And it's only a very small thing that has happened, but compare that to if a guy has his phone and the woman goes to grab it and he just says, oh, there you go. Or if he has the remote and she goes to grab it and he says, oh, okay, you take it, sort of thing. Or if he's eating some food and she takes it and he just gives it to her and he sits there and he's stunned. That's like the video game analogy where the opponent, the enemy, just falls over. And it's not enjoyable. And it doesn't mean that every time a woman goes to grab something, you need to move it out of the way and hold it out of the way. Instead, it's just an example to help you understand the psychology behind this, where you can playfully stop treating her so well and she will like you so much more for it because you're not being a prick in terms of she goes to hold your phone or get the remote and you hold it out of the way and say, hey, this is my phone, right? I'm in control of the remote, sort of thing. You're not being a prick. Instead, there's a smile. It's like, oh, you want this, do you? Okay. All right. Say please then. Okay, here you go. And you give it to her after she's said please. And that's enjoyable to her. That makes her like you more because there's some challenge, there's some excitement, there's some participation required on her part rather than you just falling over like the video game analogy. And another example of how you can playfully stop treating her so well is when you're talking to her, rather than always just nodding along and, showing her that you're agreeing with what she's saying and you and her have got everything in common, you can playfully challenge her just temporarily, right? It's not something that you have to continue on, but you can playfully challenge her by shaking your head with a bit of a grin on your face or giving her a look that essentially says, I'm not too sure about that. And essentially you're applying some playful pressure on her in the moment and you're making her feel that bit of challenge where she has to say what, and she is wondering what she has just said or done that isn't getting your approval. And you can continue to playfully mess with her by playfully picking on something that she has said. With something that she has said, maybe you thought was a little bit outlandish or a bit exaggerated or a bit uncalled for or not cool or something like that. And you can playfully mess with her as a result of that. Playfully challenge her as a result of that. It's not a serious thing and you're not trying to hurt her. You're just playfully challenging her in the moment. And that is something that women enjoy. They find it attractive because they feel like you're a guy who can keep them on their toes. You're a guy who is going to bring out a better side in them, in that she's going to have to treat you better, be more enjoyable to be around, be more likable, be more lovable. She's going to have to do more. She's going to have to participate in order to really capture your heart, in order to really make you like her and continue to like her. You're going to be that enjoyable challenge. You're going to be that enjoyable video game that never ends. Now, compare that to a guy who is essentially giving the woman the impression that she doesn't have to do anything, and he is sold on her. She's essentially getting the sense from him that he's saying to her, yes, I like you. Yes, I love you. Yes, I'll commit to you. Yes, I'll be your boyfriend. Yes, I'll do anything you want. Yes, I'll put up with any bad behavior from you in order to get a chance with you. And that's a really bad video game, right? That's the opponents just falling over. But when you can playfully mess with a woman, playfully challenge her, playfully stop treating her as well at times, then she's like, okay, now it's on. Now she's got something to do. Now she's got something to enjoy as you and her continue on together. Now, of course, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do this 24/7. Instead, you need to be able to add this sort of stuff in. And it's not women wanting something that is unreasonable, that they shouldn't want, because it's something that all humans want and enjoy. All humans enjoy that challenge where they feel like they need to participate, and when they participate, they get better rewards, and then the rewards are more enjoyable. When you have a girlfriend or wife who is participating and enjoying participating and wanting to get more of your love, respect, approval, and so on, then you have yourself a good woman. You're bringing out a great side of her. But if you start interacting with a woman, or you're dating a woman, or you're in a relationship with her, and she doesn't feel that need to participate, and she's not enjoying the fact that you're just falling over or handing yourself to her on a silver platter, then you're not going to have yourself a good woman, because you're not bringing out the best side of her. So the thing is, if you're only being nice to a girl, it's not the thing that is going to cause her to feel a spark for you. Right? She might see you as a nice guy and think, okay, you seem nice, but she's going to struggle to feel that sexual spark, that romantic spark. It doesn't seem like it's going to be interesting at all. It seems like it's going to be very predictable in that she essentially doesn't need to do anything and you're just going to fall over and she has won. Yet the thing is, that's just one mistake that guys make. Most guys have many blind spots that they're not aware of when it comes to girls. They don't realize how they're turning women off. And if you don't ever figure that out, it will usually continue to happen for you throughout your life. And if you happen to get into a relationship, you'll end up feeling confused about your woman's behavior and won't be able to figure out why she doesn't actually feel attracted to you. And that's one of the reasons I created Master Attraction to help men. At Master Attraction, you quickly begin to understand and see all the mistakes that you've been making with women very clearly, and you immediately begin fixing them and can start getting results with women, just like the members of my community are experiencing, right? The guys who are learning from me at Master Attraction, learning the exclusive lessons that I teach that include examples of what to say and do to make women feel attracted to you, to get girls to like you in a sexual and romantic way. and for you to get results rather than you getting rejected, friend zoned, overlooked, or just forgotten about, right? A forgettable interaction. Rather than having that type of experience, you're experiencing what these guys are experiencing, where they're kissing women very quickly, having sex with women right away. They're getting themselves a girlfriend. They have women who really love them and want to be with them because they know how to make women feel attracted now. They're not turning women off in the ways that they used to turn women off. It's working for them now. So if you're interested in having that type of power when it comes to women, where they want you sexually and they want to be with you and stay with you, then head over to masterattraction.com. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video here on YouTube.